sourdough bread recipes say use a Dutch oven. I didn't have a Dutch oven when I started making sourdough bread, but I still wanted to make it, so I just used a cast iron skillet at first and ended up making bread. And I failed at it a lot, which, is a whole other topic of discussion. Sometimes you just fail, but, I used what I had, so, when it comes to scoring the bread, before you put it in the oven, use the bread knife, just a knife that I had. Though you can get a bread lom, which is just a really sharp razor that is used to score bread. But I didn't have all the things when I started. I just used what I had and learned. And that's the important thing, is to just start. You start from where you are. You start with what you have. I mean, even when I started YouTube, I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a microphone. I just did what I could with what I had. Even now, I'm still recording on my phone with my earbuds microphone because that's just all I feel like doing right now. But, it's important to allow yourself to be where you are. Even thinking about our goal, me and my fiance's goal of homesteading. I don't know why my camera keeps going in and out of focus. Our goal of homesteading. We're starting where we are with what we have and what skills we can learn to, feel like we're on our way towards that goal. And a big part of it has been, for me, making bread, learning other skills that you can do to homestead in an apartment. So learning how to preserve food is a big one. Learning how to grow herbs and food, whatever you can, with the space that you have. It doesn't have to look like owning chickens and cows and goats and all of that. I mean, that is our goal in the future, but that's not our reality. So we're starting where we are. What skills can we learn right now and do to homestead in an apartment to become more self-sufficient? You have to start where you are, because, especially with homesteading, you're more likely to quit if you try to go all in right away. Learning how to make bread while you're trying to figure out how to grow food, while you're trying to figure out how to raise chickens and raise cows and milk goats and sheep and so on. So, start with where you are, what you're interested in, what you can do with the resources you have, the space you have, the time you have. Start there, and you'll build up. You'll get more things. You'll get the tools necessary. You'll get the experience you need to keep on keeping on and improve. But to just want to dive in and just have all the things immediately, which is understandable. I totally get just wanting to have all the things immediately. Wanting the Dutch oven, the bread lom, the banijins, or wanting the 5-acre property, the chickens, the cows, everything right away. But, take your use what you have, use the skills you have, you know, your ability to learn, whatever it may be. And like my fiance and I just started our own channel. It's not an ASMR channel, but we just started doing things that bring us joy, just having fun with it. And we're talking about all these different video ideas we have for the channel, and like, oh well, if we want to do that, well, then we need like 3 cameras, and we don't have all these cameras. And then I was thinking, well, let's use what we have. If we want to do that, it's not impossible. You know, we can use our phone cameras to record. I record with my phone, so it's not impossible. And just doing the things that we can with what we have, the things that inspire us. And, you know, we were talking about, we want to do editing on our videos. And right now, I don't feel like editing. I'm the one who knows how to edit. And so it's like, we're just starting out. Let's just do what we can and do what feels right. It doesn't have to be perfect. And that's so important, is that, you know, oftentimes we want things to be so perfect, but it's not always possible. So, you know, do what you can with what you have. Start somewhere. Start where you are and figure out what you can do with the resources you have and the abilities you have, the knowledge you have, and you'll get to where you want to go. It just takes time, it takes practice and learning, and you'll get there one day. You'll get all the materials you need to make sourdough bread easier. Like, the more I make bread, the more I realize I really want a stand mixer so I don't always have to hand knead my dough. But right now, I don't have a stand mixer. So, you know, I have a Dutch oven to make my sourdough bread, but I don't need to knead that. But, you know, it takes time to get there. We're gonna get there, and it's gonna be okay. So, I hope you start where you are and just be kind to yourself about it. Do what you can with what you